I'm Professor Henrietta and I'm the founder and director of the Institute for Global Prosperity. And I wanted to talk to you personally about the vision I had when I first founded the Institute and what we're doing now, and why I think that you would like to come and study with us here in London. When I started the Institute, I had in mind that we had for a long time had a situation where our economies run our societies, where we think more about how we can grow our economies than we think about how we can provide quality of life for all the people who live in our communities and societies around the world. And that meant that we had to bring together a team who could redesign prosperity for the 21st century, who could reimagine how we actually think about the economy and how we should run it for the betterment of our societies. So the key issue for us is, what do you do with the wealth that you create in a society? How do you use it? How do you make sure that the next generation benefits from the wealth that the generation is currently producing? Now, these are big challenges. If we think about, for example, Amelia Earhart, who was the first woman aviator to fly solo across the Atlantic. And when she was asked about that challenge, she said, the best way to do it is to do it. And that's what we do at the IGP. We do things. We have in front of us at the moment the really big challenges of the day. And as we go into lockdown again, we cannot self-isolate from climate change or biodiversity loss or the degradation of natural ecosystems or the social inequalities and systemic racism in our societies. We have to have a different approach to those issues. And the question is, how do we develop that approach? What I'd like you to do is to think about whether you'd like to join us here in the Institute for Global Prosperity, to think about how you can contribute to the way we are evolving our thinking. What's important about studying with us is that it's a collaborative process. It's a process that will take you to different kinds of challenges across the world. In the Institute, we run 3 prosperity collabs around the world, what we call the ProCols. We run one in the UK, of course, ProCol UK, which focuses on social inequality and livelihood strategies for the betterment of all. We run one in Lebanon, which deals with prosperity in the age of mass displacement. What should we do about the massive levels of migration that we see across the world? And we run another one in Kenya, ProCol Kenya, which deals with environmental degradation, biodiversity loss, and food security. All these are major challenges. And if you were to come and study with us, we would be asking you to take a direct interest in the work that those research teams are doing. What's special about the ProCols is that they're not just research hubs. They're actually spaces and places where we engage in collaboration, not just with other universities, but also with business, with policymakers, with NGOs, with citizens themselves. Every single one of the projects that run out of the IGP have citizen scientists working on it. And those citizen scientists are ordinary people, ordinary residents of local communities who are trained to work on the research team and whose insights give us the kind of critical insight we need into the way that the research really needs to work. They help us define the problem, they help us collect the data, analyze it, and design the impact that those communities will receive from the research that has been done. So if you really believe that you have an interest in tackling the world's big problems, if you think that you are a change maker, if you would like to join in all of those kinds of problems, then please get in touch with us. Please think about joining us here. Please come to the IGP and study with us. We want to build up the biggest set of change makers across the world who can actually redesign prosperity for the 21st century and make a fundamental difference. So I look forward very much to seeing you here and to welcoming you to the Institute for Global Prosperity. Thank you.